You ever stop and think about what actually happens after you hit post on a review? I mean, we do it all the time. Today, we're going to look at how one of the tiniest things you can do online can have this huge, unseen ripple effect. So let's pull back that digital curtain.
Okay, so it all kicks off with this. Just 5 words. Clean place, great cells, modern one. The grammar is a little creative. You've got the double exclamation points. It looks like something you type in a few seconds and then completely forget about, right? But believe it or not, this tiny little digital whisper, well, it's the beginning of a much bigger story.
So, what we're going to do is treat this review like a kind of digital artifact. We're going to break it down piece by piece to really see what's hidden inside and the wild journey it's been on.
Every single one of these digital reviews, you got to remember, is tied to a real place, a real experience. So before we dive into the data, let's actually go to the place where this whole story started.
The comment was left for a business called Dell Village. Right there, you have a specific name tied to a specific location, anchoring this little online comment to a physical storefront.
And what is Dell Village? It's a thrift store. It's not some fancy five-star restaurant or a huge global brand. It's a local shop, the kind a lot of us know and love. And this one has a pretty solid 4.2-star rating from more than 200 reviews just like this one. And honestly, that's what makes what we're about to see so surprising.
And here it is on the map, 120 Latch Drive in San Antonio, Texas. All of a sudden, that digital comment isn't just floating around in the cloud anymore. It's attached to a real building on a real street.
Okay, so we've got the where locked down. Now let's look at the what. Let's shift our focus to the action itself, that simple little act of sharing what you think online, which has become such a huge part of how we all navigate the world these days. This review right here, it's a textbook example of something called user-generated content. Basically, it's any content, reviews, comments, posts, made by regular people, not by the company that owns the platform. And this stuff, it's the absolute bedrock of how we find things today. It's how local spots build trust, and it's how we decide where we're going to spend our time and our money. And just look at how it evolves. On September 4th, 2025, one person shares a quick thought. Almost instantly, the platform's algorithm grabs it and indexes it. That means it's now searchable, and it starts to affect the store's overall rating. And then fast forward to today, and we can actually see the total cumulative effect of that one little data point. And this is where the story gets really interesting. We've got the who, the what, and the where. But the big question is why. Why does this one tiny review end up mattering so much?
So let's just get right to it. What is the real power that's locked inside that simple 5-word sentence? I think the answer is probably going to surprise you. 1.5 million. Just let that number sink in for a second. That's not a price tag. It's not the store's annual revenue. No, that is the number of times that all the reviews from this one single person have been seen by other people. Every single comment, every little photo, just adding up to that. And this really shows you the human side of that giant number. It's not just some abstract statistic. The platform itself literally tells the user, your reviews are helping in a big way. Each experience one person shares becomes a signpost for countless others, telling both people and algorithms that, hey, this local shop, it's worth checking out. So here's the key thing to understand. That 1.5 million view count didn't come from some single viral moment. Not at all. It's the slow, steady buildup of impact over time. Each little review, each photo, each comment, it's like a drop of water, and eventually it fills up a huge reservoir of useful information. So, okay, what's the big takeaway from all this? Let's connect the dots and see what the journey of this one little review can really teach us about our own lives online.
Just look at the contrast here. It's amazing. On one side, you've got where it all started. A quick, personal thought, something you might even call trivial. And on the other side, what it became. A real community resource. Something that helps tons of people figure out where to go and helps a local place like Dell Village actually do well. I mean, talk about a transformation. This is that ripple effect broken down. It's so simple. One person shares something, that share becomes a piece of public data. That data starts to influence other people, and all together, all those individual ripples build a huge wave of what you could call collective knowledge. Every single click, every post, it all contributes. And that really brings us to the final thought, doesn't it? All those tiny little pieces of information you leave online, every review, every rating, every quick comment, they're not just vanishing into thin air. They're all becoming part of a much bigger narrative. They are adding up, and they're telling a story. So the only question left is, what story is your data telling?